All right, let's take a live look this afternoon. Little Caesars Arena right now. We are counting down the hours until the Pistons take on the Knicks for the first home playoff game since 2019. We are coming off the first playoff win since 2008. We're bringing in Lindsey. He's the Senior Vice President of Basketball Operations. I know you're busy, so thank you.
Oh, my pleasure.
Very much.
Yeah, our pleasure.
So you were just at practice?
We were.
Okay.
We were.
You know me. I'm always like, okay, let's get
sure.
What can you share?
So a lot of recovery, Karen. So we've got to make sure that the players and their bodies, that one, we want to err towards health, two, freshness, then rhythm. And the really neat thing about an NBA series is the adjustments. So point, counterpoint. So the Knicks do this. This is how we counter. They counter our counterpoint. So it's fascinating to see JB work with a relatively young team, certainly new to the playoffs.
Right.
And I felt like we adjusted very well from game one to game two. And so we look forward to seeing game three and what the adjustments will hold.
Isaiah, what are we thinking?
So right now, questionable.
Okay.
I can't comment too much on player health and injury.
Yeah.
So
let's talk about energy and the physicality of this game, because I think, it's fun to watch.
Yeah.
Some people complain about it, but I really think it's an advantage.
So look, the bad boys, 89, certainly Rip and Tayshaun's teams in the early 2000s had a defensive quality, in particular with Ben Wallace and Rasheed Wallace. And I think we're leaning into that. But fundamentally, it's who we had. We inherited some really good players that were young and some high character guys. But one of the things that we are physical and we're tough. And it meets JB's vision. He organized a very good defense on a multi-year basis for Cleveland. So there's great alignment between he and Trajan on that. But with us adding a few veterans and some skill and giving Cade more spacing, it's kind of come together quicker than we all anticipated. But as far as the physicality of it all, that's the exciting part of NBA basketball. There's always that point where you don't want to lose your poise, right? There's physicality up to the point, but you've got to keep your composure, and so young teams got to go through those tests to make sure that they're appropriately dialed in.
Lastly, you made a little change between game one and game two. Now we're going into three. You're at home. What's that message? What do you tell the players? And obviously you're at home, so that you got that going.
So again, I defer to JB. A lot of it is playoffs by its very nature are reductive. So think about less plays, so situations for Cade that are particularly good. Teams go at particular matchups. The actual rotation is shrunk, so your starters play more minutes. So a lot of the messages is let's be great at what we do, and hey, here's a couple problems areas that we need to clean up. And if you can address one or two of your issues, it's not like these major adjustments heavy in complication. It's usually simplicity rules the day.
I like your smiling.
All right.
Smiling's good.
All right.
It's a good week in Detroit. All right.
It's good to be in the playoffs. Thanks for paying attention.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
We're doing our newscast live from there.
I heard.
Yeah, we're going to be there.
All right. Rile up the fans.
All right. Thanks, Dennis.
See you.
All right. We will be right back after the break again. Game 7, I should say the game starts at 7 tomorrow night. Of course, we'll have full coverage for you. All right. We'll be right back after the break.